Hey guys, Michael Kennedy here of the Move to DE team and the Moving to Delaware Beaches channel on YouTube, and I'm excited to introduce to you Autumndale, the newest community by Shell Brothers, and here is the Monterey model home. Quick little highlight points for you today. We're going to take you on a private tour of this community. We're going to talk about the HOA fees and what does that cover in the Easy Living series here with Shell Brothers, as well as talk about what the future amenities are going to be. And I'm also going to give you a little drone overview of the community as well. So stay tuned, get your popcorn ready, kick your feet up, put them on the coffee table, and let's get down to business. Thanks for tuning in. Hey guys, we're here at the Monterey model in Autumndale, and we're gonna get you on a private tour of this beautiful model. As you guys have known before, I think the Monterey is one of my favorite 40-foot wide products by Shell Brothers. This model has outdone itself. Sorry, Cardinal Grove, I know I do the listings there too, but this one, you've gotta see. Let's take a look. Welcome home to the Monterey. Come on in and let's take a peek at this. Right here, this is why I love this house. You've got two guest bedrooms here in the front, guest bathroom. In the Cardinal Grove model, if you remember that video, they had the study option in here. So they had the single kind of, study door with the glass on it. And then this nook here is where they had a desk. Here, they've got the closet. So nice bedroom space. Only downfall with this one is the side window comes standard in this room, so it's a little trickier for bed placement in this. I don't typically like to put beds in front of the windows, so I would be putting probably a queen bed over here on this wall, and then that way you can have the bed, you can have a dresser over there, TV, it'd be a nice setup for a guest room. Across the hall, this is a good sized bedroom. It does have the side window, and actually got the two side windows, but again, I would probably put the bed on this wall over here, and it still gives you plenty of space. But again, you've got a full-size bed, you've got a dresser, you've got the nightstands. You can really see how much room you've got in here as well. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk away around here to the bathroom. And I'm gonna show you something that I really love, and I think this is an option that everybody should select. Reason being, the doors. I love this for a tub shower. I've got a 10-year-old and I got a 13-year-old. Unfortunately, they are not very good at keeping the water in the tub shower, as the cameraman, rebukes me here. But the reality is a lot of that water wants to come out when you have the curtain rods. This is your foolproof way of keeping that water in the tub. Option-wise in here, they obviously did the quartz countertops, did the upgrade Moen faucets, and then the other touch too was they did take the ceramic tile all the way up to the ceiling, which is a really classic look. But if you are looking to cut down on expenses, that is a good way to knock some options out. So we've taken a look at the guest bedrooms. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into the main portion of the house here. Nice thing is you've got your coat closet off to the side. You've got your laundry room. Now, obviously it's a model home. They've done all the bells and whistles. They've done the extra cabinets. They've done the built-in hanging bar for your delicates. Put the washer and dryer in there. They've got the upgraded LVP. Again, one of the best features of the Monterey, there's a powder room. So take a look at that. And they did a beautiful job with the wallpaper in there as well. So now what you've got a lot of trim detail, and then you come into the meat and potatoes of this house, which is the kitchen. One of the things that they decided to do for this model home versus Cardinal Grove is they wanted to do the command center island. Command center island, obviously, if you remember the difference, actually kind of doubled the size of this kitchen island. So that way you've got a lot of space, just unbelievable place for entertaining. Honestly, the normal kitchen island's a great size, but this is really huge, and it does give you the extra, cabinetry here at the end, which is a nice touch, because I've never heard anybody complain about extra storage space. So, and then you've got great area for the coffee bar. They only went with a single oven, versus the double oven. But again, you could do a double oven for about $1,500 to $2,000, depending on fit and finish. Did do the French door refrigerator. Obviously, all their homes come standard with the Home IQ system. So you've got your Alexa device here, with your fancy remote. You can watch, Netflix in the kitchen. You can have your recipes going, whatever. And then the entranceway from the garage, coat closet, pantry. But this is an extra little feature that we did not have in Cardinal Grove because this was the staircase into the basement. Now you get this extra storage closet that's here, which is really nice. And then behind the cameraman, you have the empty nook area. We've talked about this before in the videos. This is how it is included. This is the standard. Obviously the decorators have put the hooks in, but the transom window that's here as well, this is included. So this is normal. Do you guys know, we've talked about these kitchen in these Shell Brothers homes. Here is the professional kitchen. How, you ask? There's a hood vent, there's a 36-inch cooktop, there's the, the griddle on top with the Cafe Series appliances, dishwasher right here, dun 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 dun. And then they did, the really fancy kind of enameled sink, which is a nice touch. I've never seen this in a house yet, but I really like this. It's kind of like farmhouse sink with enamel. But again, great space, great countertop, love the backsplash, but you've got extra bar seating over here. You've got bar seating here. So like they've set it up here, easily can seat 6 people. And then over here to the side, they did the vaulted ceiling here. So typically you'd have the 12-foot ceiling in the great room and the dining area, but here you've got the vault. They did do the bump out at the back. Easiest way to ascertain whether or not there's the bump out, you can see how there's 1 cabinet there. You've got 2 cabinets over here. It would be 1 and 1. So you've just got a small bump out. It's not huge, but again, it gives you enough space. If you don't want to put the TV above the fireplace, you can put it off to the side, which is a nice touch. You can see this with kind of the big sectional sofa, have a chair, did the fireplace option. Again, just a really nice space. Huge kind of farmhouse style table. So you've got all that space as well. And again, remember the window detail you see in here, this is included. So the Shell Brothers, specialty of the large picture window. I mean, it's sweltering hot outside. This is nice temperatured right now, which is great. Picture window on the back as well. And then the slider, we're gonna step outside because I wanna show you this courtyard. This courtyard is blow your mind. Stepping outside of the dining area, what you've got is you've got this beautiful courtyard. So cameraman, watch your step. It's only 1 step because it's the courtyard, because what they do is they backfill this so that you literally only have the 1 step. So Cameron, if you turn around and kind of show them just the 1 step out of the dining area, that is the key. So that's the nice thing with the courtyard. It's pricier because there's more work that's involved in it, but that's exactly what they do. So great part is this covered porch here, if you wanted to have it screened in, that's really easy to do. And I'm gonna have you pan around because they're actually doing some tamping out here. We're gonna get back inside, for volume wise. Off of the living area and the great room, this is the primary suite. So let's go to the bedroom first. So you kind of have this nice entryway, which is nice and private. But again, I love what they did with this. One of the best things about this model in Autumndale is the fact that it's very neutral. They've gone with a lot of earth tones, and their color pops have been the artwork and some of the pillows and things like that. Versus normally they throw a lot of color into the model homes. I like this. This is subdued. It's very elegant. But again, what they did the option to come off of the courtyard or out to the courtyard from the owner's suite. I would tell you 95% of my clients don't do the door out there because they think of it as another entry point of the house. But it's all up to you. Depends on what you want to do with it. But I love the board and batten detail, which looks really nice. And then back behind, we've got 2 walk-in closets, which is really nice. So they did do the custom closets with these. It's one of the first models I've seen this, in a little while. And then you got this closet over here. And then with this bathroom versus Cardinal Grove kind of had that silly soaking tub over in the corner. This makes sense to me because you've got, the large walk-in shower, which is absolutely fantastic. So love the tile work. It's just really chic looking. Did the wand, the niche. It's got the tiled seat, which is great for, shaving the legs, or, if you just need to take a breather, you can do that there. And then you've got the double vanity with all the extra storage space. Again, they went with the upgrade cabinet, so it's got the soft closed doors and drawers. And then you've got the water closet over here as well to kind of round out the master suite. Here we are, we're in the garage, but this is obviously their sales office. So this is where Allie and the team are gonna be selling the homes and meeting with you and myself, clients here in the model. But great thing here, obviously, is you've got the space. You know, because they didn't do the basement, they do have the tankless water heater, which is the Rinnai, right here in the garage, vented right out to the outside. And then that door, I'm just gonna kind of show you, this is what takes you back in to the mudroom area and then kind of through into the kitchen area. One of the features they did do on this model home was the optional second floor. The second floor is not included with this house, but they did do it just like they did in the Cardinal Grove model. And I love this space. A lot of my clients ask for a basement, and the reality is not all home sites can do basements. This community does offer basements, but you can always go up, and people love this kind of loft area. Like, you know, Cardinal Grove, they have the game table over there. They've kind of spiced it up and did it a little bit differently, but you've got an incredible living room up here. So we've got the bedroom off of the loft area right here. Really nice sized bedroom, which I like because it's got a killer walk-in closet. I mean, that thing rivals most primary suites. And then you've got this kind of Jack and Jill bathroom, which is really nice because you've got a door here, you've got a door here. So if you had a sleeper sofa out here in the loft, they then have a bathroom and option here. One of the things I wanted to kind of point around is this is your standard tub shower. This is kind of the vinyl insert. They did do the curved bar versus the straight bar. So that's a slight upgrade just because it gives you a little classier look and gives you a little bit more room when you're in the shower, which is a nice touch. But one of the last things here on the second floor, depending on your elevation, which is the front facade, this will dictate the storage area up here. Now this is, at this time of year, this is your upgraded sauna option because it's hot as Hades in here. But all these walls here are heavily insulated because again, they're doing 2x6 construction here with Shell Brothers. So, and the whole home shelter package, but you've got all your blown in insulation. You got insulation here. Yeah, and we're actually over the garage right now. So this is a huge storage area. And because of the front facade, you know, that will dictate the window detail here. So it just gives it, again, this extra look and feel and just gives you really practical space. And if you wanted to, you could insulate this with spray foam insulation, really cool down the temperature for the summertime, and then conversely warm it up for the wintertime. And this would be like a really great space for you to store, you know, Christmas goodies, Hanukkah goodies, Kwanzaa goodies, everything could be stored in this room. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful tour of the new Monterey model home here in Autumndale. Again, highlights of the community. HOA fee is only $211 a month. This is part of their Easy Living series. I used to refer to this as boutique, but I was educated today to understand that they actually have a tagline for these kind of communities. And really what that is it means they're gonna take care of the mowing, they're gonna take care of the edging, take care of the trash removal, you'll have the pool, you'll have a small clubhouse, which is gonna have the fitness center, little coffee bar area, which is gonna be great for just hanging out with your neighbors. And again, it's easy living. You know, literally come home, relax, enjoy your day, and then go off and do all the beach things because you're super close to it. But with homes starting under $500,000, you cannot beat this community. To be in Shell Brothers, under $5 with the base price, with their kind of launch incentives. Remember, that's the key with this, is the launch incentives are robust. And so it's super important. If you're thinking about buying a house here at the beach, give me a call, shoot me an email, send me a text message, do any of the three or all of them. And don't forget, like and subscribe for down below for more fun video tours like this one. Thanks again for tuning in. Talk to you soon.